Many people dream of getting on the housing market in Cornwall. Estates like Trevetham Meadows and Liskeard look homely, and for some, moving here was an amazing decision. But behind the brick walls of the houses lies hidden problems according to residents living here. So I sat down with one of the homeowners to hear their inside story.
I've lived here for what will be 5 years this year. It's a 3-bedroom detached house. The house is quite homely and it's nice to be in. We are pleased with it. It's got a nice feel to it. However, it's not been perfect living here. There's been quite a few issues along the way. Lots of problems with mould, which you've still got. Things not working properly, windows not opening properly. The garden was left as a big hill, which we had to sort out ourselves and design our own garden. So yeah, we've had our fair share of issues go wrong. Some of them have been expensive as well, which is disappointing. You would expect some things to go wrong with a new house, but maybe not as many as we've experienced. The worst thing that's happened was a gas leak we had more recently. Our gas had to be turned off for a couple of days, and a new pipe was installed all around the outside of the house. But yeah, you don't expect a gas leak in a 5-year-old house. Unfortunately, Persimmons haven't been helpful with a lot of the issues. They were helpful when we first moved in for 2 or 3 months, but after that, you're not really a priority on their list. They seem to ignore you, and to be honest, they just don't want to know. Although Persimmons did help sell our house, they stepped in at the last minute. The sale fell through and they gave us the same amount that we originally were going to get from the sale. So in that respect, they were helpful and they were quite quick to act on that. But they stood to lose the sale, so they didn't want that to happen. Overall, I do still enjoy living here, despite some issues that are annoying, but I'm happy with the house. Maybe one day we might get all the problems fixed.
There are multiple residents complaining with a Facebook group of people living in Trevetham Meadows, where together they can share issues they have had with each other. In an interview with another resident, they expressed that Persimmons have been helpful in the past, but recently haven't helped too much as they've been living there for a while now. They also mentioned problems such as mould and loose flooring, but their biggest issue was a water leak causing a minor flood downstairs. However, they believe they will stay in their home for many years to come, as they hope there won't be any more problems and they are happy with the house. One other thing I wanted to know was how their garden was left by Persimmons. He told me that their garden was left quite standardly with grass and a path when they moved in. Overall, they said they enjoy living there despite the problems, as it is homely and the perfect place for them. I gave Persimmon Homes the opportunity to respond and address some of the issues. I decided to have a final look around the development, and some of my findings included 2 playgrounds, with one having 2 goalposts and the other a giant oak tree. I also found lots of other things around the development that the people who live there can use. Another one of the things I found was the continued work, as phase 4 with new houses was still being built 5 to 6 years after the estate opened. They have also recently been fitting a bus turning point for a bus stop and junction to connect the phases together. From looking into this development, I have learned that they are determined to make a large housing estate with a total of 4 phases, and the houses are relaxing to live in. But they do come with some flaws to deal with. It also seems that if you are buying one of the newer houses, Persimmons will help a lot, but as your house gets older, you don't get as much recognition because they have moved down to a different phase of the estate. This has been a look into the inside story of Persimmon Homes. What's your take on it?